certainly some storylines developing both on and off the field, but I'm really interested from your perspective, a guy who's not only been around the game but played the game for a long time. What are some of the things you see going in the right direction that you've tried, and what are some things where you're saying, okay, this still needs a little bit of work?
So I think almost all of our rules innovations are having the effect that we wanted. We're up, for example, well over 90% in kickoff returns. Fans told us they wanted to see a kickoff return. We gave it to them. And we made it safer for the players by eliminating that run-up. I think coaches are still trying to figure out the 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, extra point. There's a lot of strategy involved, and I'm not sure that anybody's really settled on the best way to approach that. If I could sort of be happy about one issue that I see is how hard these guys are playing. I mean, the games are physical. The tackling is good. They're hitting people, and that's good to see because that's real football. So I've been impressed with the passion that these players have had. They all have a chip on their shoulder. They're playing for a variety of different reasons, but I'm just pleased that they're playing hard. That matters. And that is something that I think kind of comes out of the games and has helped build our fan bases.
Absolutely. It seems important to everybody involved, and I think that shined through, especially with the statement and the apology that you guys issued after the Houston and Seattle game. There should have been time left on the clock. Seattle should have had a chance to win that game. And how important was it for you guys to come out strongly and clearly about what happened in that situation?
Well, we gathered, very quickly after that game. I think we all realized that we made a mistake. Our officiating crew made a mistake. We had, Dean Blandino, who oversees all of our officials, on the line, the referee crew, et cetera, and realized, listen, we made a mistake. There's no sense trying to deny that. Let's apologize. I felt terrible for the Dragons and Jim Zorn. They had one more play, 2 seconds left, and should have had that opportunity. So, I think this is my theory because, we allow fans to eavesdrop, to listen in on the conversations between the referees and the sky judge when there's a contested call. I think that's humanized these referees. And I think that fans now begin to realize these referees just want to get it right, but they're humans. And like all of us, we're not infallible. We make mistakes. And when you make a mistake, I was always taught, right, Mike, to own up to it.
Yep, absolutely.
And say, we're sorry, we apologize, it won't happen again. And, I think that's the right way to go about our business.
Oliver Luck with us, the XFL commissioner. So, Oliver, the attendance has been great, but the ratings for the television side after a great start have not been exactly what you guys have been hoping for. How do you guys try and get that part of it turned around?
Well, I think the only thing that we can do week in, week out is play good football. And we believe if we do that, high-quality games, we're prepared, we're scoring some points, like, again, the late-night game last night with L.A. and Tampa Bay. If we can do that, I don't worry about attendance. I don't worry about the TV ratings. Those are important, obviously, and our broadcast partners, Fox and Disney, look closely at those. But as long as we play good football, that's what we can control. And we're going into, of course, a time of year where there's a number of sports that are now beginning to sort of take center stage, whether it's the tournament or the Masters coming up. So all we can do really is play good football. I think there are enough football fans out there that care about us and understand our game that will tune in, that will be okay with attendance ratings and virtually all the other metrics that do matter.
And then from the NFL side, I don't know if you've had any conversations with them, not anything official, just kind of off-the-cuff conversations. And have there been NFL scouts or personnel showing up to the games?
Yeah, we've had NFL scouts at literally all of our games. I know they're watching all the game tape. Certainly with the quality of our league and the history of a lot of these guys, we expect that there'll be, who knows, 25, 50, 75. It's difficult to say. Guys will have an NFL opportunity once our season is over, and we want them to take that if they're so inclined. We're encouraging them to continue their journey, as football players. But the NFL scouts have been pretty active in watching us, and in particular, one guy, Kenny Robinson, a safety for the St. Louis team, who is draft eligible for the NFL draft in April next month.
Oliver, you were part of maybe the biggest. In your time, you've been a part of a lot of great teams. You've been a part of a lot of great organizations.
Yeah.
What was it like to be a part of 1,237 cups 19,792 ounces of beer and just an impossibly long beer snake in that crowd.
Well, I was just excited when my staff told me I could actually drink the beer we had bought before I gave the cup up, right? Mike, we don't waste beer in Cleveland, do we?
No, sir.
Oh,
It was epic.
It was just remarkable. I mean, I just want to thank you for contributing to one of the greater sights on the entire weekend. Not a lot of commissioners get a chance
I was
to do
just
that.
going to say, what a way to endear yourself to the fans. You got a pretty rousing ovation from that.
Yeah, well, that crowd was pretty easy to get going.
I think they were already there.
Awesome.
Yeah, they had been snaking for a while.
That's right. Think though about how quickly that was the third home game for the DC team. How quickly those fans had kind of wrapped their arms, figuratively speaking, around that franchise. That's the cool part. That they're just they're Defenders fans. You see all the merchandise walking around town. That part is just really cool.
And again, we'll see what happens going forward as we're entering the back half of the XFL season, and we'll see how this thing goes. Oliver, as always, good to catch up with you. Thanks for the time this morning.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.